Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw review show. But you know what, before we do get into Raw, I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. One, as you guys can see, I got a haircut. It's my summer look. Two, I want to thank someone. I want to thank my latest subscriber, and I'll be mentioning your name here. It's Elite Madness. Thank you for being my 4th subscriber. Unfortunately, we need more. You guys can help me out. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' friends' friends. But I saw Payback. I didn't pay for it. I saw Payback. I can't tell you guys how I saw it, or you guys would be doing what I'm doing too. But I just can't do it. My predictions for Payback, they went actually quite well. The pre-show, I was right on all of them except for one match. Now, the match I was wrong on was the match for this. And you know what? I'm pissed off about that match. So I'm bringing back this one now. The pre-show, Sheamus won. Your United States title match, Ambrose won. Your IC title, Curtis Axel won, like I said they would. Shield won against Orton and Barrett, or against Orton and Bryan. Your world title match, Del Rio won that. Okay, now I said that the person who wins the Money in the Bank usually has a long title reign, and they do. Look at Edge. Look at CM Punk. Look at Jack Swagger. Look at all the guys who's won the Money in the Bank. Look how long they've held the title. Okay, and look at Dolph Ziggler. He didn't hold the title, but for what? He didn't even defend it. The only time he defended it was at Payback, and Del Rio just kept kicking him, punching him, headbutting him in the head. He worked on his concussion. That's not how you win a title. Okay, and now you're not sure whether you want to change him heel or keep him face, or what do you want to do with him. But we don't know. But I'm throwing that title out for right now because that title match pissed me off. And we have a new Divas champion in AJ. We got CM Punk is back. He looks like Hugh Jackman from the Wolverine movie now. The 3 Stages of Hell match. I said there was probably gonna be breakaways. There was, let's see here. There was the fender of the ambulance. There was the ambulance door. There was the windshield. There was the light, and then there was the top of the ambulance. It was so crazy, that 3 Stages of Hell match. It was good, but unfortunately they had to cut 2 matches a little bit short because of time constraints. If you're going to do a match, do the full match. Don't cut it. If you're going to cut it, don't even do the match at all, because it's stupid. Okay? Now, we also saw during Payback, if you guys did see Payback, a promo video. It's not the Wyatt family, which the Wyatt family, I'm not sure who they remind me of right now, but the leader of the Wyatt family is who was Husky Harris. Okay? He's the leader of the group. Now, what promo did we see? We saw the promo of a high-flying superstar. It was a guy I thought who would return several weeks ago on Raw, but instead it was Curtis Axel. That man is none other than Rob Van Dam. Now, I do have some bad news about Rob Van Dam. He's not going to be a John Cena. He's not going to be a Curtis Axel. He's not going to be like these big guys. He signed a short-term contract. The last guy who signed a short-term contract was Chris Jericho before he left to go do Fozzy again, and then he came back. If you remember that time, it was around the time of WrestleMania 28-ish. That's the kind of contract he signed. He signed like a Brock Lesnar kind of contract, where he doesn't have to be in every week. Now, we won't be seeing Rob Van Dam until Money in the Bank. I think he will join the Money in the Bank ladder match. We saw not 1, but 2 of them today. Same video. This is one guy I can't wait to return. But the question is, who is he going to face? He's not going to face John Cena unless he wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. He could face the Big Show, but I don't know. He could face Mark Henry, he could face CM Punk. But speaking of CM Punk, what a Raw it was. This was a great Raw. Okay, now I really want to get into the show. We start off the show with Alberto Del Rio carrying, like, disgustingly holding this title with the way he won it. So you know what, that title's out just for this video. Or if he like loses on Friday Night SmackDown, good. But just for this video, just because of the way he won it, because it's still stuck right up in here, that title's out for that. I'm bringing back the old baby, the old WWE Attitude Era title, because the WWE title match was actually back and forth physicality, and it was great. Okay. Del Rio starts the show holding the World Heavyweight title, and he talks about, oh, you guys wasn't there for me for like 5 months. I fought for you guys, but at Payback I fought for myself. I kept kicking him in the head. I did this, and this. So when he cashed in Money in the Bank, what'd you guys do? You guys cheered. But now you're booing for me, so I don't care. So is he turning heel? Is he staying face? What are you doing with Del Rio? So, the crowd, we all wanted Ziggler. We all wanted Ziggler to come out and whoop some ass. Did he? No. He called us Americans pigs. He hasn't seen pigs until he sees our work, but that's a different story. He called us cowards, and then we had a Monday Night Raw return of CM Punk. Now, CM Punk did win. He did beat Chris Jericho in great fashion. He had his Wolverine look on, his hair with his scraggly beard. He looked awesome. Okay. Now, he was out there with Paul Heyman, and this Raw, I was excited for this Raw. I saw it and wow. Okay. Punk reminds Del Rio of when he last won the WWE title. And if you guys don't know when that is, it was Survivor Series of 2011. It was a ladder match. And that's when Punk went to go hold the title for 434 days. 434 days as the WWE champion. Didn't lose it until the Royal Rumble. So from 2011 to 2013, Punk held it. Like in 2011, beginning 2013. So, and he won it against Del Rio. So Punk wanted to fight someone. He was in a fighting mood. So he's like, I'll even fight you, and if you don't want to fight me, and then he turns to Rodriguez, he says, you got your tights on under that suit, because I'll fight you too. So he really wanted to beat someone up. Yes, chants at that point were starting to just go through Grand Rapids, Michigan. Still not as good as East Rutherford, New Jersey. Last night's crowd at Payback, however, is up there. Just, I'm gonna say it's close. It's close, but East Rutherford, New Jersey is just that much closer. Vicky comes out and makes the main event to be Del Rio versus CM Punk. Now, this was a good main event, especially what happened at the end of Raw, which we're getting into that. This is probably going to be a long video, so bear with me here, guys. Punk and Heyman are seen backstage, and Punk says, you almost cost me my match at Payback, and I don't need your help anymore. I'm still a Paul Heyman guy, but I don't need your help anymore. With you, I lost at WrestleMania. With you, my life basically got turned differently. And yes, but I won the WWE title without you, Paul. Okay? I don't need you. So, and he did. He won the WWE title without Paul Heyman. He was the WWE title when he joined Paul Heyman, okay? Now, he said, I don't need you out there for my match, and I don't need you out there. I don't need you at all. So, no more Paul Heyman CM Punk, but he did mention Brock Lesnar. He says, "I don't need you. I'm not a client. I'm not a Brock Lesnar." Now, is that a little foreshadowing? I don't know, but I guess maybe next week we'll find out the fallout from tonight. I mean, Barrett was supposed to go for the Intercontinental title again against Curtis Axel. Did he? No, because Vicky came out after Barrett came out, and she said that she had a big surprise for the McMahons. What was the big surprise? It was the return of a superstar. Now, drumroll please. It's not RVD, unfortunately. It was Christian. Christian has been ready to compete for 5, 6, 7 months now. Why did it take him so long to debut him? The reason is because they couldn't think of a story for Christian. They had no idea what to do with him. But I guess they found something to do for him now. So Christian is back on Raw. RVD is coming back to Raw. Punk is back. Who else is back? I don't know. So much is going on. And it's great. You're doing a great job. This is a good way to compete with TNA. Take some of your old WWE guys who went to TNA and bring them back, like Jeff Hardy. But you're not going to bring back Jeff Hardy because of his drug issues. Because he had 3 strikes and that's the same baseball. You're out. But then you had Team Road Scholars. Oh, Christian won that by kill switch. You gotta have your return superstar win. So, like CM Punk last night in Chicago. You gotta have your return superstar win, especially in their hometown. Then you had the Road Scholars versus Sheamus in a handicap match. Sandow got the win here. Sheamus was going to bro kick Cody Rhodes. Sandow slides in the ring and does this little schoolboy and gets the 1, 2, 3. And then Sandow leaves Cody Rhodes in the ring, and Cody Rhodes gets bro kicked for his troubles. So. And speaking of Sheamus, near the end of Raw, they showed the weirdest, most stupidest commercial I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a Sheamus hotline or helpline or whatever the heck you want to call it. It's called 1-800-FELLA. Apparently you dial this and Sheamus is supposed to come out and say and help you. The commercial they showed is a guy choking, okay, with his girlfriend on a date. Sheamus comes in like Superman and does a bro kick to the back of the dude's head and dislodges what he was choking on. The hell? I'm so confused with that. This Sheamus thing right now. They said that Cesaro is boring. Right now, Sheamus is boring the crap out of me. Are you kidding me? I mean, my God. Then you had Team Bricky. They asked Triple H about how they done the main event. Triple H like, I like it, but what would you have done if Punk didn't return? And if Del Rio didn't win the World Heavyweight title, what would your main event have been now? They didn't answer. They couldn't think of anything. And he said, well, what about Christian's return? And he says, well, then what would you have done if Christian didn't return tonight? Nothing. And he says, and then he says, and whose idea was it to bring back RVD? And Brad Knox says, it was me and Vicky me. And Triple H says, no, actually, it was none of you. It was my idea because he actually came to me. He talked to me, and I told him when to return. So it's like, you're not doing a really good job at that point. You did a good job, but at that point, no. Then he says that something needs to be done about the Shield. Now, what they're doing with this is they're still trying to make it to where Triple H doesn't wrestle anymore. But it looks like that they're bringing in the McMahons. They may bring in Shane McMahon, but who knows? And he says something needs to be done with the Shield, like they need to be punished or something. But did they do anything? Nah. But that's coming up a little later after the Shield match. So Brian, you saw him kind of like doing these little air punches, kind of like this and all that. Kane walks up and asks he asks if they can talk, and they said sure. Or Daniel Bryan agreed. Kane asks to get Team Hell No back together, and Daniel Bryan said, "Nah, I need to prove to everyone that I'm not the weak link by winning the WWE Championship. Now I told you guys that at Money in the Bank, it's supposed to be John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. That may have changed due to something that happens later on. Okay." It's like a whole page of what happened later. I mean, my lord. Which I got it now in this fancy little notebook, so it's got pages in it. As the fallout to the tag team title match, they had Orton versus Daniel Bryan. Now, this match was won by Orton because I had stopped the match. My question is, you had the opportunity at Payback with this title on the line right here, this World Heavyweight Championship on the line. You had the opportunity to stop the match, and you didn't. Okay? So, you could say that the doctors screwed Dolph Ziggler out of his title. You could say that WWE officials screwed Dolph Ziggler out of his championship. Not Del Rio, the doctors, the officials, everyone. Because this match for Daniel Bryan and Orton was stopped after it kept going. Because at one point Bryan does the little suicide dive, Randy Orton moves away, and Bryan's face and everything smashes the barricade. Now, they stopped that match because the doctor told them to. They didn't stop the World Heavyweight Championship match after several kicks, several punches, everything to Dolph Ziggler's head. They didn't stop it. Ziggler wanted to keep going for this last night, but so did Bryan. He wanted to keep going tonight. So, you need to get your shit together, dude. You need to get your facts straight. Okay? It's that simple. You need to get your story straight. Something's going on. It was a controversy on what happened with this title and Dolph Ziggler. If Dolph Ziggler does not win this back, I like Money in the Bank or something, or win the Money in the Bank and then win this back, then you got something wrong with you. Because that title right now is a disgrace with whose shoulder it lies on. I would much rather have a druggie, a speeder, and a druggie win that thing than the way that you had that match go WWE. Give me a damn break. You stopped the Daniel Bryan Orton match tonight, which is actually pretty good. But you don't stop that match, and you screw Ziggler out of his title. Chicago is pissed, and I'm pissed. And I might start sounding like Francis from YouTube. Don't may have to bring out that Francis stuff, because I will do it. By the way, congratulations. I know you don't watch my stuff, but congratulations on 500,000 subscribers. But this was actually a WWE app vote, and what the app vote was what type of match it was going to be. It was going to be a no DQ match, a no countout match, or best 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, so far I'm undefeated in the Raw app votes. Now, it's kind of obvious what it's going to be, but the winner of it was the no DQ match. But like I said, the ref called off the match because the doctor told him to, and I'm not getting into that. I just talked about it. There's no reason to repeat myself. You guys, I want your opinion on it. I want my channel to be more social, like what you guys think about stuff. So we gotta think of something. You had then the new Divas Champion come out, celebrating her new Divas Championship win. Congratulations, AJ. You deserve it. You like the new Victoria, okay? Who apparently opened up some kind of damn restaurant. Who gives a crap? I don't want to eat your food. God. AJ is the new Divas Champion. AJ says that there are no women in the crowd or in the back that is as brilliant as her, as strong as her, as courageous as her, that is conceiving, conniving, anything you can think of. And then all the and I'm sitting, as soon as she said strong, I'm thinking that Phoenix, Karma, I don't know. And then she said like brilliant, conniving, and all this. I'm thinking, well, brilliant and conniving, that's got to be a McMahon. And then lo and behold, it was Stephanie McMahon. Now Stephanie McMahon comes out and says that she needs to start acting like a champion. And then AJ's like, you know what? I am. I'm acting like you. I am just you, younger. But I don't have kids, and I'm just not as old. It was good. Now, there was a WWE app, like, little poll after that. I said, do you think Stephanie should lace her boots back up and put her boots back on and have Stephanie versus AJ? Yes. 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 We want to see it. Yes. That would be a great match. But Stephanie is getting to like CM Punk age. She's like 35, I think, and Triple H is in his 40s. So and plus she would have a lot of ring rust. She would have to do a lot of wrestling. But that could very well be a WrestleMania 30 match that I would love to see. It's kind of like a passing of the torch, I guess you could say. And she did mention her kids. You don't mention another person's kids. Like Triple H's, you've seen what he does when someone breaks, like, talks about his family or hurts his family and all that. That's one thing I love about Triple H. They do family storylines with him a lot, and family is something that's important to all of us. You, me, my subscribers, especially you guys who watch, which I know who one of you are, because I know you in real life, but what can I say? And I know that guy loves his family too, so. Caitlyn comes out and she interrupted Stephanie McMahon. That's a big mistake. First, you slap a referee on SmackDown and get fined $10,000, and then you interrupt Stephanie McMahon. That's a bad idea. As Stephanie's walking back, she grabs Caitlyn's mic and she says, "I'm Stephanie McMahon. You don't interrupt me. You don't interrupt me." Sorry, tongue twister. You don't interrupt me. Along with you girls. She had like 5 other girls with her. Natalia, Layla, the Cameron and Naomi, just a bunch of people. And then she walks off, and Caitlyn, as Stephanie walks off, Caitlyn starts walking down to the ring, leaving the other girls there, and she says, "You basically destroyed our friendship, all this blah blah blah." She goes in the ring, or she throws the mic down. I don't know. She sounded like she probably broke it with how hard she threw it down. But she throws the mic down, gets in the ring, and started beating up on AJ. Big E Links, comes in there, breaks him up, and carries AJ off. So, and AJ was screaming like a banshee like she did last night. That was actually a really good match too. It was the Divas title match. Then they had a rematch for the United States Championship. At Payback, the United States Championship was retained by Ambrose via countout. Now this, Ambrose won it because of DQ. He retained his title because of DQ by the Shield. So you can't lose your title by DQ unless there's a stipulation that says, oh, if you're disqualified, you lose your title. Which that's what they might do with this. Kane is one title short of being a Grand Slam champion. Now, what's a Grand Slam champion? A Grand Slam champion is a guy who's won the WWE title, this title, the World Heavyweight Championship, the Tag Team titles, the Intercontinental title, and the United States title. All the titles, except for the women's title. A guy's not going to go for the women's title anymore, unless you're on TNA like Eric Young. But what can I say? That's the only title. The United States title is the only title Kane's not held. You don't believe me? You can go look it up. If he wins that, he'll be like either 4th or 5th, maybe 3rd Grand Slam champion. But I don't know. But like I said, the Shield does get involved during the match, and we come back from a commercial, and they're walking down the hallway, and Vicky is getting mad. She says, "You guys don't need me doing that." And as she was about to fire him, Vince McMahon walks up and says, "There you guys, good job," shakes her hand. So I guess this is a Vince heel turn too. So it's getting intense between this Vince, Triple H, and all these superstars and all this. there were rumors going on that Henry was going to retire, but Henry was seen backstage wearing a pink like tuxedo jacket, and it looked kind of furry too. So he was wearing a pink tuxedo jacket, and he was hugging the primetime players. And Darren Young was crying. Now, we all know these guys are actors, so we don't know if it was either fake or if it was real. So then you had Zeb Coulter come out, and he says that we're at war, and Swagger and Coulter have officially joined forces with none other than Antonio Cesaro. Now, I had no idea what's going on with this. I thought that Zeb Coulter was anti-border crossers, whether it's from the north, from Canada, from the south, from Mexico, from east, like in Europe and France and Russia and all that, to west, like Japan, Russia, China, all that, Australia. I thought he was against anyone getting into that pretty designed United States. Okay, now, but he's joined forces with the Swedish guy. Now he says, yeah, this guy might not know perfect English, but at least he knows 5 different languages. But the most important one is English. So that told you who it was. And it was Antonio Cesaro. Antonio Cesaro had a match, and Swagger's still not on Raw because states don't want him because of his court issues. Until it gets resolved, people don't want him in their state. So, which I'm sure he's going to be on a short leash when he returns. But Antonio Cesaro was in a match against William Regal. This was a squash match. After the match, Zeb gave Cesaro that "Don't Tread on Us" flag, that yellow one with the snake on it. That's also in Assassin's Creed 3. It is in Assassin's Creed 3. Go to Boston on there in New York, and you'll see it, mainly like near the harbor area. And what does he do? He takes it and he kind of throws it on William Regal, kind of covers him up with it. And then they start saying the Pledge of Allegiance, but you can't hear them. And it wasn't short. So, and then Cena hits the ring, saying that yes, he is still the WWE champion, because he is. He took Ryback to the extreme. He took Ryback so far to the extreme, Ryback was not physically able to compete on Raw. Now, physically able to compete, it's a storyline. He's not really injured. Now, WWE apparently is going to do something big with Ryback. They're doing something big with CM Punk. Now, I'm actually really excited with what they're about to be doing with CM Punk now. But like I said, Cena hits the ring and he talks about how his 2012 sucked and how crappy it was, and who his next opponent's going to be, which I'm saying is Daniel Bryan Money in the Bank. But after what happened last night, that all might change. Now, he says whoever wins the Money in the Bank, I'm not going to be easy to win this WWE title from. So, and there's no opportune time to cash it in at all. And as he says that, Mark Henry interrupts him and basically wants to do his little retirement speech. So Mark Henry's and then he offers to shake Cena's hand. They shake his hand, and he kind of gets back to the middle of the ring. And as Cena starts leaving, he says, "No, I want you to stay and I want you to listen to this, because I'm going to be thanking you a lot." So he thanks Cena. He says no one's got a better title reign than Cena. Cena's done loads and loads and loads of stuff for this company. He starts thinking his family, and as he starts thinking all these people, Cena actually enters the ring and gives him his WWE title. Like, dude, you deserve this. You're the world's strongest man. And he is. But the way WWE's been making him out as the world's weakest man, as the world's clumsiest man, as the world's can't lift an iPhone 4 man, or can't lift a freaking, what is this, pencil-lead? Yeah, pencil-lead, or pencil, or a mouse, or a computer. They've been making him as the world's weakest man, it seems like. I'm not strong. I'm the world's weakest man. Because that's what I do. But he starts thinking his family, and the guy says, "Thank Mae Young," and he's like, "I'm not going to thank Mae Young. I loved her, but come on, man." No. He thinks his kids, his daughter, his son, who apparently has got a show here on YouTube. I've never seen it. I don't know. His wife, he says, "You're going to start seeing me a lot more." Cena gets back in the ring, and he's got a title in his hand, and he lifts up Mark Henry's hand like they're celebrating, and they're about to hug, and Mark Henry kind of turns the hug and picks him up like he's in the world's strongest slam, and world's strongest slams John Cena down to the mat. So that's what's looking like it's going to be at Money in the Bank anyway. It's not Daniel Bryan versus Cena, but more Mark Henry versus Cena. And it looks like, and Mark Henry says, "I still got plenty left in me." So that's telling me that it's going to be Big E Langston versus Mark Henry at SummerSlam. So that's going to be a good match. And Mark Henry versus John Cena, I'd much rather have Daniel Bryan, but what are you going to do? It's WWE's right. I could write some of the stuff that they do better, but I'm sure you guys could too. But Henry says, and Henry actually at one point does say, "I'm officially retiring." So as soon as he was trying to slam John Cena, I was like, yes. Someone tweeted they jumped out of their seat with excitement when Mark Henry did the World Strongest Slam to John Cena. I did the exact same thing. I was sitting on my couch watching that, and I was probably the most excited person holding this up and cheering, okay? But that's tainted right now. So there's no retirement. It was all a hoax to get what Mark Henry wanted, which was from a loss, or from a win at WrestleMania to a loss at Extreme Rules to Sheamus in a strap match where Mark Henry should have won it, to not even being at Payback, to apparently being injured, all to now a WWE title match at Money in the Bank, which Vicky Guerrero did say that she is probably going to give it to him coming up here in probably the next couple lines, yeah, right there. But there's no retirement. It was all a hoax. And it was a great hoax. It was a great segment. Renee Young, the new, like, "Oh, how does that make you feel?" type person, the new interviewee, asks about his actions, and Henry challenges Cena for the WWE Championship, and he says, "I have 2 boots, and there's a reason I have 2 boots, because one of them I'm going to leave up John Cena's butt." So then they had Heath Slater versus Chris Jericho. At the end of this match was basically a squash match for Chris Jericho. But at the end of the match, Chris Jericho does a code breaker to all 3 guys. He does a code breaker to Heath Slater, gets the pin. Jinder Mahal comes in, he does a code breaker to him. Drew McIntyre comes in, he does a code breaker to him. And there you go. And by the way, Drew McIntyre looks like he wants to leave the 3-and-B gimmick and go back to his Chosen One gimmick. He tweeted it out, and Paul Heyman says that it interests him. So this may be Paul Heyman's next client, and he might be getting his Chosen One gimmick back and leaving 3-and-B. So then it'll be like a 2-and-B or back to a one-man band or something like that. But who knows at this point. Josh Matthews then asks Heyman about Punk and not wanting him to be at ringside. Heyman says, "You guys should not be asking me about crap like that. You guys should be talking more about this man." And it was Curtis Axel wearing the Intercontinental Championship. Your next match was the new Intercontinental Champion versus Sin Cara. Now, with this match, you had Miz at commentary, and basically Curtis Axel just destroyed Sin Cara in this match, and that's that. He's a new Intercontinental Champion. He's on a roll. What can I say? You're not going to have a guy who wins a title like that, except for The Miz, and then just goes south. That would be stupid. Team Bricky makes Henry versus Cena at Money in the Bank. Now they said it here, but like it's writing. they're going to change it. May change it. But Triple H says, listen to me. And Vince's like, oh no, you should listen to me. Stephanie says, don't listen to any of them. What they tell you, don't listen to any of them. You listen to me. So it's kind of like a Family Feud thing going on. A good, something that would actually be good, that I've been storing up in my head all week, is something that they could do with Daniel Bryan, with this whole weakest link type storyline. There was a game show out. I don't know if you guys remember it. I am old enough to remember it, but I don't know if some of you guys are. There was a game show out called The Weakest Link, and they actually had WWE superstars on it. Kane was actually on it one time, and it was hosted by this lady host. What they should do is actually do this and have Daniel Bryan on it. Have Randy Orton, Kane, The Shield, Daniel Bryan, just all these guys on it. Just guys who are kind of like in this feud, like John Cena too, maybe, because if they do wrestle. But have them on it, but have Daniel Bryan win the weakest link. That would be kind of interesting. But I know it sounds childish, but that's what WWE is these days. It's just childish, but if you want to think of something funny, that would be funny to me. Have him win the weakest link. The show's called The Weakest Link. Why would you want to win that? At one point, Heyman does apologize to CM Punk for almost costing him at Payback. Punk doesn't accept it. He just says, go with Curtis Axel, and that's that. I mean, he doesn't want to hear anything from CM Punk, from Heyman. Then we had your main event. The new World Heavyweight Champion, the guy who won this now tainted belt from Dolph Ziggler, was up against CM Punk in the main event. Now Punk kept throwing his kicks. Punk has apparently some deadly kicks, and Del Rio kept fleeing from the ring. He was like getting all scared. Punk gets sent into the announce table, and at one point he's on the announce table and he's kind of typing on Cole's iPad, and you could see it. It was actually kind of cool. It was actually kind of funny too. He starts typing on the iPad, and afterwards he gets thrown in the ring. Punk gets momentum. Punk actually does the GTS to Del Rio, and he rolls out. Del Rio rolls out of the ring. And when he rolls out of the ring, he calls Ricardo over, who's holding the world title, and he calls him over, and he's like, you don't forget you guys. Punk gets a count out victory. And as he's walking back up the ramp, he kind of goes off to the side, and out of nowhere, sprinting and just elbow shot to the back of the head, comes Dolph Ziggler. Now, after that, this title's back after that. Dolph Ziggler, he was destroying freaking Del Rio for what happened at Payback. I mean, he was kicking him, and at one point he ran off. So CM Punk stepped in the ring by himself. What happens? I mean, Punk's got his little scraggly look going on, and you've got this whole, I am still a Paul Heyman guy, but I mean, what's next for Punk is basically the question. Who is Punk going to face? And they had like a pause for a few months. Like Punk was like looking around, being like, well, what? I mean, what was all that about? And who comes out? None other than this man. Give me one sec here. None other than this man. Oh, you stupid ads. You're ruining my show here. Yeah, McDonald's just top perfection. We got a new quarter pounder out. Go try it now. It's habanero, it's bacon. It's a habanero bacon ranch. It's a bacon and cheese, and it's a deluxe. It's like the Angus stuff, but better. Yeah, go try it out now. Yes, I am sponsoring McDonald's. I work for McDonald's. That's how it is. They got me working third shift, 10 in the morning to 6 at night, or 10 at night to 6 in the morning. So it's good. Yes, go try that out. But who comes out and faces and attacks CM Punk? none other than this man. Come on, hurry up. None other than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. Wow. I saw, as soon as Brock Lesnar's music hit, I'm like, oh my god, no way. I was like Mark Henry whenever he did the World's Strongest Man to John Cena. I was jumping out of my seat for joy. This will be, oh my god, I am so excited for this rivalry. So, we know now that RVD is not going to go against CM Punk anytime soon. We know now he's not going to go against Brock Lesnar anytime soon. He still has Jericho, but Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. Now that is a match. Now, I think afterwards, after this whole Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk feud is all done, then I think Punk will be winning more titles, but not during it. They're not going to be like, okay, well, you know what, so we're going to stop you on this whole Brock Lesnar rivalry, have you win like the WWE title, come back and then face Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that they're going to do something big with Brock Lesnar and maybe give him a world title match or some kind of title match, and he'd be like The Rock. That I wouldn't mind because Brock Lesnar's not out making movies in his spare time. Whereas The Rock is going to be in Hercules. Who cares? Hercules isn't even a Samoan guy. Hercules is like me. He's white. He's strong. He's a redhead too. They're going to get this movie wrong. It's kind of like J.J. Abrams directing Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. You guys can't see it, but like right here is one of those little walker things from The Empire Strikes Back, and from the sixth one with those little two-legged ones. I'm a big Star Wars guy. J.J. Abrams directing it will suck. I saw the new Star Wars movie, or the new Star Trek movie. It was okay, but the first one that's something different. This is Raw. I'll talk about that maybe during Vlog Weekly, but that might be Wednesday because of my crazy schedule, because I am off Wednesday and tomorrow, so what can I say? But yes, Brock Lesnar comes in there, he grabs a mic, and he's about to say something, he's like, drops the mic and picks him up and F5s Punk, and the crowd went nuts. I went nuts. This should be a great rivalry if you write it correctly. You did not do a good writing job with this whole crappy Secret Admirer thing with AJ. I told you guys, you got to mold that into something good. This, it's already going to be something good, because you got Punk and you got Brock Lesnar, two Heyman guys, one a client, one not a client anymore. So this whole thing is going to be a great match. This feud is going to be a great match. I think that this might even be better than the Triple H Brock Lesnar match. Now, that one did get dragged out, but it's going to be good. It's going to be probably at Money in the Bank, maybe at Money in the Bank. After Money in the Bank is SummerSlam, and then September is Night of Champions. October is Hell in a Cell. November is Survivor Series. December is TLC. January is the Royal Rumble. February is the Elimination Chamber. March and April-ish, it depends on what month they want it, is WrestleMania. So they still have several months before WrestleMania. If this drags out to WrestleMania, this could be a great match. A great feud. Who's going to win the first one? I don't know. But right now, I'm giving the momentum to Brock Lesnar for beating Triple H, for basically making him retire, and for beating Punk with the for destroying Punk on Raw right now with the F5. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I gave you guys a 44.5-minute video. I brought this title back, okay, for most of it, and now I brought this title back after what happened at the end of Raw. Great rivalries, great returns, people returning, the Wyatt family, I think they're coming soon. that theme song that they're playing when they do their promos, that's gonna be their entrance theme song. They may even feud with freaking Shield. So who knows? So much is happening in WWE right now. They said that the road to WrestleMania is exciting. Right now, this is exciting. Except for let's count how many crappy matches there were. There were, and that match, Jericho is always in a good match, but he's there was one, Jesus Christ, I think they won like, what, 2 terrible matches? Basically, 2 terrible matches. Weird ass commercials, but 2 terrible matches. Other than that, Raw was great. But like I said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 45 minutes, almost 46. I got a crazy schedule now at work. I'm officially 3rd shift, so I will see you guys when I see you again. It won't be Friday. It will. I can try to do vlog weekly on Wednesdays now, but thank you. Thank you to my newest subscriber. What was his name? Elite Mads, I believe her name was. I'm sorry. I'm just excited right now. Yes, it's Elite Madness. Name easy. Thank you for being my newest subscriber. I will do this from now on. I will shout out my newest subscriber. It doesn't look like he has any videos out, but you guys should also go subscribe to him. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time.